Hey everyone, I wanted to get back to you guys. First and foremost, I'm insanely humbled by the amount of views, likes, comments, suggestions, and room for improvement on the last video we did. It was absolutely outstanding to see how many views and likes and all that we were getting. So please, when this video comes out, make sure we're helping as many people see it as we can. First things first, I'm missing my outfit. We're getting ready for the Drakania Awakening. I will tell you now, I did not get the early access to the Awakening, so my guide will not be out the day of, but we will be live the day it goes, the Awakening comes out, and we will be grinding all day, learning, getting as much information, preparing a guide for you guys. So there's two questions, right off the bat that was the absolute number one asked, which is one, what is your general rotation for farming? Which we will cover. And two, how do we maintain mana or WP, whichever you prefer. Most people associate it as mana, which is perfectly fine. Small note, in PvP, I always use WP pots because it's miserable if you don't. In PvE, I do not bother whatsoever. So we're going to go ahead and get into the video. I will be going on vacation prior to the Awakening coming out, but then I will be here the entire time the Awakening is released. Alright, so the answer to the question of how do you farm effectively or what's your rotation is not a one answer question. It is two answers. What are you doing? Are you farming high end stuff like I farm Star's End, Gyfin, that type of stuff? That's completely different rotation than if you're speedrunning mansions or polys or bandits or whatever it may be. So we're going to start off with the higher end, high end PvE stuff rotations. And on a small note here, this all is going to depend on what your AP is. I assume for the most part you're not one-shotting Star's End, but you know, if you are, then your rotation's probably not going to be the same. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and dump our ions. We don't need these right now. We're going to build them back up in the rotation itself. Okay. So just pretend that the ions are 0 for this example. So when I'm running up to pull my mobs, a couple tools I'll use to actually pull is the raise cancel dash. So just a real quick ion build there, and then, you know, get into position. And then once I'm in position, I will charge up my DP buff like so. And then it's real simple from there. We're going to open with the skewer, into an Abyssal Fang, into Brimebolt Strike Flow, okay? Now this is where you're gonna kind of take some time to get used to it. As soon as you come out of the Brimebolt Strike Flow, you're actually going to skewer again. So then what we're going to do is Brimebolt Strike Flow, skewer Abyssal Fang into our flight. And that's going to be one of your entry level combos there, kind of get the rotation going. Now, there's a lot of different ways you can run this actual combo, and there's not one set combo depending on what you're doing. But to kind of give you an idea, what we will do after coming into the flight is basically we've skewer an Abyssal Fang into almost everything we can. And that's how we're going to keep up ions, and we're also going to keep up our WP. So again, Brimebolt Strike, into the flow, skewer, Abyssal Fang, flight, into Ascent, into Dominion, out with skewer, Abyssal Fang, Blazing Strike, into our Sundering Claw. That is going to be your general high-end rotation. Apparently the dude's bully antics wasn't working for him, so he had to leave. Don't you just hate to see it? Now, for lower end rotations, this is going to be going pack to pack, mansions, polys, that type of thing. Your rotation is going to be completely different. So right off the bat, get yourself familiar with Brine Bolt Strike and Flow, but also learn how to cancel out of it. So we talked a lot about cancels, like animation cancels for getting your abilities off sooner, but we didn't talk about really combining cancels. So what we're going to do is, when we're one-shotting packs, we're going to go ahead and do Brine Bolt Strike into the Flow, into Embers, and that will cancel the animation so you can start heading to the next pack. Now, forward E is a good way to keep your mana up between packs. So is our Mark Thandon's Fang, but most importantly, it's Skewer. So a lot of times it depends on what's available. But my general pack-to-pack clear would be our Raise into a Blazing Strike, followed up on the next pack with a Brine Bolt Strike into the Flow, and of course just keep your ions up. You will almost never see me using Sunder or Ascent when I'm farming on lower end areas, just because once you get your buffs running, you truly just fly through those packs. So I didn't really have any noteworthy combos to highlight here, but really the main important part is speed in these scenarios. Your jump strike, sorry I don't remember the name of it, on PC it's forward E. It's a good way to maintain WP, but really we're just weaving our Merc Thandon's Fang, Skewer, Raise, and our Abyssal Fang into almost everything we can. And then kind of keeping up with the shorter combo abilities here. We're not really trying to spend too much time on each pack. It's mostly get in, one shot as much as you can, but don't leave without, regenerating ions or regenerating WP. Alright, folks, that is going to wrap up our second installment of the Succession Guide of PvE combos, maintaining WP, and how we farm. I really hope you guys found this useful. I really hope this assists in your farming, getting more mats per hour, all that fun stuff. I do really appreciate everybody who's watching, sharing, and liking. Please make sure to drop a like. If you have any additional comments, you can always drop them below, or you can come by the stream, twitch.tv Dragonair, which will also be down below. We will have a Drakania Awakening guide coming out as well here soon, hopefully by the end of the week of Drakania's release. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day.